They have no timeouts remaining.
He causes too many timeouts. That's a technical foul.
They have a timeout. They can't do so.
I don't think they had a timeout. Did they have the one left?
It'll be a technical foul.
Welcome to No Timeouts Left, hosted by Coach Klein and Money Mike Phillips. All right, welcome back. No Timeouts Left, episode 26. Coach Klein here along with
Money Mike Phillips, howdy.
And
TJ Franz.
Howdy do.
welcome back yet again to another episode jam-packed full of football and more football with college football.
Chuck it, football.
And then we will talk some UFC Fight Night.
Had some good ones.
And we will do some champs versus chumps, and that'll be it for this week. So we'll start off with some NFL, but just real quick, let's make some mention of Antonio Brown. Just get that out of the way.
We all saw it coming.
What a fool. Lasted a week in New England, got cut. He's going back to college at Central Michigan, where he went. I guess he's going to finish school, which he probably needs to do because he is just...
You just got cut by two of the most prestigious coaches in the NFL.
Yeah,
you're not getting another
there's
job.
something wrong with that.
Maybe he's trying to find another girlfriend.
Ouch.
Hey.
Anyway, where does he go from here? It sounds like, according to Drew Rosenhaus, that he's drawing some interest from some other teams.
Really?
But who wants to deal with that?
Come to
Titans.
Philly. Just for a week.
We could use you for a week or two over in Philly.
We'll see what happens. We'll get back to that probably next week if we hear anything. Otherwise, it's time to talk some football.
I think it's safe to say that all these fans came out here to watch a game of football.
John, we're in commercial.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making conversation.
All right, time for some NFL Week 3 recap. Starting off with Thursday Night Football, you had the Titans at the Jags. The Jags win 20-7. Neither rushing game was very effective. Derrick Henry only ran for 44 yards, did get a touchdown. Leonard Fournette had 15 carries, only for 66 yards.
Most of that on that one run late in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not good. Gardner Minshew shines.
Again.
20 of 30. That's pretty good numbers right there. 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Mariota does not shine. Did not look very good in that game. The Titans' offense just looks stagnant in general.
Yeah, they're just bad. And that offensive line is not good either.
They don't seem very well coached. They just seem very discombobulated right now, which is kind of typical Titans, right?
I kind of smell a quarterback change coming.
I called that.
Yeah.
Right.
You think Tannehill will be in if Mariota doesn't do good this weekend?
Yeah, I think it's going to be late. Mariota's going to be pulled.
I think it has a lot
Before
more
the
to
game
do with
even
that
starts.
offensive line, though, because it is terrible.
I agree.
They've given up 17 sacks.
And Taylor Lewan, he comes back this week?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he only
Is
had a
it
2
4?
game.
Or no.
Is
He's
it
got
4?
one more.
Okay.
One more. Yeah. Because it's 4-game suspension.
Oh, no.
Do want to make note of the Jaguars' defense. They definitely showed up. They had 9 total sacks and 12 total tackles for loss. Calais Campbell of Jacksonville definitely stood
everywhere.
out. Yeah, he was everywhere.
He's a monster.
He was a problem for them the whole game. If
He was.
wasn't getting like sacks, he was just disrupting stuff.
No, he did get some sacks. He had 7 tackles, 3 sacks, and 4 tackles for loss total. That's some pretty good numbers for a
I'm
defensive
sure his
end right
QB
there.
pressures were probably through the roof too in that game because there was a bunch of times where Mariota was just like scrambling around because of him. You know?
No question. I believe the next game is the Jets at the Patriots. Patriots obviously win 30-14.
surprise.
No surprise. We'll just skip through this
I think
one
we
pretty
all
quick.
called that one.
Yeah, Brady, monster numbers as always, 28 of 42, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's a pretty easy opening schedule for New England, is it not?
I mean,
Yeah,
dude, of
so
course.
far. It's kind of mirroring the Cowboys, I feel like.
Are they as legit as they appear with this easy schedule? You think when they play tougher teams it'll change, or do you think it's going to stay this way? You think they're that dominant?
When the Patriots start gaining momentum, they're always scary.
Yeah.
So I think they're just going to carry it on.
Is it scarier when it's a full season of momentum or when they start heating up right before the playoffs?
Right before the playoffs.
Yeah, that's when you don't want
Everybody knows.
Next game up, Bengals at Bills. Buffalo wins 21-17. Buffalo now moves up to 3-0, staying tied with New England.
I think I called this one. I think I picked the Bills.
Yeah,
I definitely picked the Bills.
Yeah, I think I might have picked the Bengals, and I was wrong. Yet again, did terrible on the picks this week. Frank Gore, Father Time himself, scores on a 1-yard touchdown run. 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining to complete a comeback for the Bills to win over the Bengals. Josh Allen looked pretty awesome. 23 of 36, 243 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception. So are the Bills for real? They play New England next week, as we'll discuss.
We'll find out then.
Do you think they'll put up a fight against New England, or do you think New England's going to run them over?
I think the Bills put up a fight.
I think the Bills are going to win, and they're playing at
You're
home.
picking them? I thought about picking them too.
I'm taking the Bills.
Well,
dude.
we'll wait till we get to the pick 'em. Next game up, Dolphins at Cowboys. Dallas wins 31-6. No surprise there.
Woo.
Prescott threw for 2 touchdowns to Amari Cooper and even ran one in to complete a dominating performance. Will the Cowboys maintain this momentum?
I think we will, Chip.
Yeah. It seems like they've got a pretty good hold on the NFC East at the moment.
I believe we do. As long as the Eagles keep being made out of glass, we'll be all right.
What? Hold on a second.
Hey, I mean, right now he's not wrong. Next game up, Broncos at Packers. Green Bay wins 27-16. Tale of 2 quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers did just fine, 235 yards and a touchdown. Flacco, he was 20 for 29, which is good, 213 yards, but couldn't get a touchdown and threw an interception.
Well, definitely ended up hurting them in the end.
Yeah, a bright spot for Denver was Philip Lindsay, the running back, 81 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I like that kid.
And then Aaron Jones from Green Bay also rushed for 2 touchdowns and tied his career high. Only 19 yards on 10 carries. So pretty good numbers for the running backs in this game, but I'll say that, as we move through this, you'll see that running back play is just not much of a factor this week.
No.
There's a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of defenses.
I heard a stat about Aaron Rodgers, though, that this is like his second lowest, it's like the second lowest first 3 games of his career.
Yeah, I believe that. These weren't huge Aaron Rodgers numbers that we're used to seeing.
You're not seeing 275 plus and a couple touchdowns anymore. I don't know what's going on over there.
I think it'll come back. I think it's
sure.
just they're playing small ball right now.
Is it one of those relax seasons?
Yeah. Up next, you got the Falcons at Colts. Indy wins 27-24, and Indy wins on a late fourth quarter touchdown run by Marlon Mack, who ran for 74 yards on 16 carries and a touchdown.
He's been very solid this year.
Yes, he has. Matt Ryan, 304 yards and 3 touchdowns was just not enough. Jacoby Brissett, 310 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Brissett heating up with the Colts there. We'll see how that continues.
I think he might be the real deal, man.
Yeah.
I think so.
What was our next game up? I think you were definitely leaning on this game this week, Mike.
Ravens and Chiefs.
Yep.
Kansas City wins 33-28. Showdown of the 2 of the top offenses with Patrick Mahomes and, of course, Lamar Jackson, who's been on fire.
Yeah.
But this game, you really got to see who was the better quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat Mahomes, dude, that one throw off the back foot.
Yeah.
And it just sailed into that dude's hands so easy. It just looked like butter to him, dude.
And before we go into that stat you read about Mahomes earlier, before we started recording, not to say that Baltimore looked weak. Definitely not.
No, Mark Ingram was killing it.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram definitely both showed up for the Baltimore offense. 267 yards for Lamar Jackson, but no touchdowns.
That's what hurt.
Mark Ingram, however, made up for that a little bit. 103 yards and 3 touchdowns, so pretty good by him. And if you had Patrick Mahomes in fantasy, you'll definitely be happy with these numbers. Why don't you hit us with that stat again, Mike?
Oh, yeah, this is the first time this has ever been done. It's got me kind of hyped. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is proving he's the real deal, basically. The dude's thrown for over 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in 3 straight games. I mean, that's never been done. That's crazy, ever. Like, it's not just the first 3 games. It's a 3-game span, period.
At any time in the season.
Like, that's insane to me.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting stat. And if you have him on fantasy, you're happy with
I
that.
just can't believe Drew Brees hasn't done it yet. Like, in his heyday.
Right.
You know? Like, that doesn't...
Or even Tom
that blows
Brady.
my mind.
Or even Peyton Manning. I mean, there's so many quarterbacks you could say that with.
And have had so many weapons.
Yeah.
Like,
We'll kind of speed through some of these. The Raiders at Vikings. Minnesota wins 34-14. Dalvin Cook gets his third 100-plus yard game.
I'm riding with him. I like that kid.
Yeah. Lions at Eagles. Detroit wins 27-24. Eagles struggle with injuries.
What happened, TJ?
Man,
Yeah,
bro.
It's pretty rough there right now with all the injuries and Stafford, being Stafford with a little fourth quarter magic.
He was really consistent.
Yeah.
Like that first half,
He didn't
too.
even have fourth quarter magic though.
But he did. He threw a fourth quarter touchdown to get the win.
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones caught
Old
a
man
12-yard.
Marvin.
Yep, he caught a 12-yard pass to get that lead, and they held it. And let's not forget Jamal Agnew for Detroit had a 100-yard kickoff return, something you don't really see anymore. Opening
God.
kickoff.
He took it.
I was
See,
hyped too. I was just like, all right, we drove down, got some points. Boom.
Nope.
Oh, nope, here we go.
Yeah.
7-3 real quick.
yeah, that's the Eagles magic.
Oh my god. Horrible, dude.
Yeah. Next game up, Panthers at Cardinals. Carolina wins 38-20. Kyle Allen for the Panthers looked good, 261 yards and 4 touchdowns.
I'm just glad I switched my pick at the last second. I was like, no, I'm gonna go with Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey ran for a 76-yard touchdown. Also ran for 153 total yards on 24 carries. So it looks like he's back. So we'll see if the Panthers can do it without Cam. If that's the case, we'll see what happens there. Next up, you got the Giants and Bucks, and we'll talk a little bit about this. New York
What
Giants
happened
win
there?
32-31. I'll tell you what happened. Daniel Jones, my man, he shined, and the Bucks rookie kicker misses one at the end of the game, just completely shanked it, and the Bucks lose at the last second.
That hurts.
Jameis Winston, 23 of 37 for 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Mike Evans caught 8 of those passes, 190 yards, and 3 of those touchdowns. So fantasy owners also should be happy about that.
The first big game Winston's really had this year, and y'all end up losing in the end. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, well, I'm a Bucks fan. Everything hurts.
I'm sorry.
Daniel Jones of New York, 23 of 36 in his starter debut, 336 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not bad numbers, replacing Eli, at least for now.
I liked that pick. I just had a feeling, man.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it would be like a nail biter like that at the very end.
No, I
Like,
didn't either. Next game up, Texans at Chargers. Houston wins 27-20. Deshaun Watson kind of back to form, throwing 351 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 of those went to Jordan Akins.
Who is that guy?
Not exactly sure.
Never heard of him. Not DeAndre Hopkins.
Keenan Allen of the Chargers, 13 receptions, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns, but great in fantasy, but not enough to get the win.
He's such a stud, man.
And Phillip Rivers was sacked 5 times, twice by TJ Watt, JJ Watt.
Hey, don't forget, he came first, man. Come on.
All right. Next game up, Saints at Seahawks. New Orleans wins. They get it done. No Breeze, no problem. Teddy Bridgewater, 19 of 27, 177 yards. Not huge on the yards, but got 2 touchdowns. 1 to Michael Thomas and 1 to Alvin Kamara, who not only led the team in rushing, but also receiving with 16 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown, and 9 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
Jeez.
But
Kamara.
gotta mention Russell Wilson throwing 50 total passes, which is never good.
I mentioned that last week, didn't I? You don't want your veteran quarterback throwing 50 passes.
That's not good.
It's not.
He did complete 32 of them for 406 yards, 2 touchdowns. So
Which
not
is
bad,
killer.
not entirely bad numbers for him, but they didn't win.
Well, if you're going to throw 400 yards, you need at least 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
all I'm saying.
Steelers at 49ers. Steelers actually put up some points this week, but the 49ers were a little sloppy, so they end up winning against the Steelers 24-20. The defense of the 49ers showed a lot of potential. Garoppolo was kind of all over the place, throwing 2 interceptions. Mason Rudolph for the Steelers didn't look too bad.
Not too bad.
And San Francisco had 5 total turnovers, which is not good if they want to keep improving. They need to get back on track with that.
They were kind of my dark horse pick this year, and they're a
little up and down.
Yeah, it's scary to lean on them.
Rams at Browns next game, the Sunday night game. You had the LA Rams win 20-13. The Rams aren't as dominant as they were last year.
Not at all. They were blowing people out of the water last year.
Yeah, they were.
Except for the Eagles.
Speaking of last year, Cooper Kupp, who got hurt, is definitely back this year. He continues to prove to be a great weapon for Jared Goff and the Rams, going 11 receptions, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Brandon Cooks even had 8 receptions and 112 yards. But on the opposite side, I gotta say, where's the Browns receiving core that we've been hearing all about?
That was what I was expecting all offseason.
I think the most receiving yards that team had was 62.
Wow.
It wasn't, not great numbers. You have a lot of guys to throw to, and you just couldn't come up with any big numbers. You should be able to bust numbers every game.
You got Odell Beckham who can go over the top. Jarvis Landry who can play the slot better than almost anyone.
I heard nothing about Jarvis Landry.
And Njoku, we haven't heard nothing about him really either.
Nope.
So Baker Mayfield, overhyped, I'm calling it.
Yeah, and we'll wrap up with the Bears and the Redskins on Monday Night Football. The Bears win 31-15. Trubisky kind of showing back up yet again.
Yeah, he did.
25-31, 231 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception.
All of which going to Taylor Gabriel.
Yeah, Taylor Gabriel, 6 receptions, 75 yards, and 3 of those. Yeah, they literally all went to him.
Yeah.
Guess he was just beating his guy all night.
Can you imagine that? 6 receptions and 3 of those are touchdowns.
Yeah,
Didn't that
half your
happen
receptions
all
were touchdowns.
in the first half too, or something?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
So that wraps it up for week 3, and we'll hop into a week 4 pick'em segment. And then we will move on to some college football and hear from Rise Up Podcast community and then talk some UFC. All right, let's start off the pick'em with Thursday night football. You got the Eagles at the Packers. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think they're gonna pull a fast one on the Packers on Thursday night.
You think so?
I do.
I think the Packers got the defense, man, and I think Aaron Rodgers is looking to step up in this game. So, and we might actually see the Aaron Rodgers of old. So I'm picking the Packers.
Go for it, TJ.
Man.
I'm giving your team the benefit of the doubt this week.
Alshon's back, baby. That's all I needed right there.
I think Wentz is pissed off enough.
Oh yeah.
Old wet hands wins.
All right, let's start with the Sunday noon games. You got Titans and Falcons. I do not pick the Titans anymore.
I'm going Falcons because I don't think our corners can keep up with their wide
We going
receivers.
unanimous on this one?
Yeah, taking the Falcons.
All right, Falcons. Patriots at Bills. Well, we talked about a little bit
I think I'm
ago.
going with the Bills, man.
Let's go Buffalo. Let's do it.
I think I'm going with
I'm taking the Bills, man.
I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the Patriots. As bad as I would love to see that, I think the Patriots are going to pull this one off.
Now you're playing smart. I see you over there.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm still going to do terrible.
I've been throwing some wild cards in, and it's been working for me, so I'm going with the wild cards.
There
man.
you go. Chiefs at Lions. Don't forget that the Lions
might
are
be for real.
2-0-1. They haven't actually lost yet.
But do the Lions have the defense to stop Mahomes is the question, and I don't think they do.
I agree with you.
I'm going Chiefs.
Unanimous on Chiefs here?
Yes, sir.
There you go. You got Raiders at Colts.
I can't pick
Colts.
the Raiders no more.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
going with the
Marlon
Colts.
Mack. I like what Brissett's been doing. Colts.
Yeah. Chargers at Dolphins.
Ooh, the Chargers.
battle of two struggling teams.
Actually,
now,
I feel
Josh
like the
Rosen
Dolphins
did
might pull
look
this
good.
off, dude.
Josh Rosen was getting it.
we also need to make
second.
mention that Melvin Gordon has decided to end his holdout, but
Ooh.
he is not going to play in week 4, so he will not be a factor this week.
Yeah,
For his
he's
absence,
going to come
maybe.
back yet.
Will he even be
He's back to
eligible until a
practice.
certain amount of time or something like that?
Oh, I think since he's ending it now, he will be able to come back in week 5.
But will they even play him at all is the question.
Dude, why would you not? Come on now.
I'm going to say the Dolphins actually get a win here because the Chargers just look like they are struggling for air right now. So I think the Dolphins might actually pull one out here.
They were getting scrappy with the Cowboys in the first half.
Yeah.
It was
I
a
think,
good game.
I think there's a little bit of fire there to get them a couple of wins this season. I don't see them going 0-16.
I like the quarterback change.
Yeah.
Josh Rosen
I
was
agree.
looking a little more confident back there.
Yep. Redskins at Giants.
Giants.
I say Giants, but if Dwayne Haskins gets put in, I think that might light enough of a fire.
That would be a killer quarterback.
I think they'll give
Rookie
him,
quarterback battle.
They'll give him one
That
more
would be
week.
cool. Seeing Daniel Jones, the man that Dwayne Haskins rolled his eyes over when he got picked before him.
Oh man.
Browns at Ravens. Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, that's not even.
I can't trust the
question.
Browns anymore, man.
Man, we are just
I
unanimous.
wouldn't
this
pick
week.
against Lamar Jackson anyways.
We're keeping it close this week.
Yeah.
I'm about to go back and listen to all of our, all the other podcasts and see all our picks, and I'm gonna come back
we
with
need
the
to keep.
stats
We need to
next
keep
week.
need to keep track of
We'll
some records.
have our standings.
See who comes
Yeah.
out on top at the end of the year.
I think I'm winning so far. TJ won the
probably.
first week, I think.
No, we all ended up tying the first week.
Yeah, that's what
I
it
was
was.
up. I was up like 2 or 3 games, and
Yeah,
then,
and then at the end,
the late
last,
games
I
blew.
dropped. I missed one afternoon game and dropped all the late night games. It's like okay.
I think I've led the last 2 weeks. Y'all been struggling.
And week 2, I think I won like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah. All right, so starting with the afternoon games, you got the Bucks at the Rams in LA.
That's a hard one, actually, because
Yeah,
the
I
Bucks
agree.
did come out and try and.
You skipped the Texans and the Panthers, didn't you?
I'm gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no.
That's the afternoon game.
You're right. That is the noon game. Panthers at Texans. Sorry. I'm gonna go with the Texans there.
Texans.
Actually, you know what? I changed that. I think the Panthers are gonna win in a close one.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm still taking the
And
Texans.
I'm
like the Panthers right
going
now.
back to the Bucks and Rams. I think the Bucks are going to win a close one right at the end. I think James is going to pull a little magic for once, and they're going to pick up a surprising win in LA.
I can see that, but
Go with the Rams.
I'm going with the Rams.
I'm taking the
I like
Bucks.
Jared Goff right now.
All right. Another afternoon game. You got Seahawks at Cardinals. Definitely the
Seahawks. TJ
I
likes his
think-
birds.
I think that's what I'm saying, man. I hate to see chickens, bro, but I think the Cardinals might. I think Kyler Murray's gonna get his first win.
Oh,
I think he's gonna get his first
bold
dub.
That last
against
week it didn't
Seahawks.
happen, but we'll see. You got Vikings at Bears. Both 2-1, I might add.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook's on
I
a
like
steamroll
Dalvin
right
Cook.
now.
I don't
Trubisky
think the Bears
looking
look hot.
Trubisky looking back to normal. So
I get, yeah.
I'm gonna say this is kind of a toss-up for me. I'm gonna go with the Bears getting a home field advantage there.
The Bears.
The Bears. Jacksonville at Denver. Dumpster
Jacksonville,
fire
baby.
at a higher altitude. Dumpster fire.
Jacksonville all day.
I'm going with the Jags.
Yeah,
Minshew. I love him.
Minshew and the defense, they're there. Sunday night, Cowboys at Saints. Dak versus Teddy.
Cowboys.
Who that, boys? Who that? Breeze
Cowboys,
coming
baby.
in.
I think the Cowboys got it. Honestly,
I'm taking the Saints.
I'm gonna say the NFC South goes 4-0 this week. I think the Saints are gonna pull it out. I think Teddy Bridgewater's on the up and up.
I don't know, man. He's gonna be running around. He's gonna have to.
We'll see. And to round it all off for week 4, you got yet again another dumpster fire in Cincinnati versus the possible biggest dumpster fire next to the Dolphins in the NFL, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Both 0-3.
Both 0-3 on Monday night. Come watch the trash.
See, I just don't like Cincinnati without AJ Green.
Yeah, I think
quarterback in it for the Steelers right now.
Mason Rudolph.
Rudolph.
I think Mason Rudolph picks up the win here
Yep.
for the Steelers.
I'm going to the Steelers. They got 20 points on the board last week against a better team.
Yeah.
So We'll see what happens here.
Yes, we will. And that about does it for all the NFL talk this week. Let's move on to some college football. Week 3 recap. We'll jump through this pretty quick. That should be Week 4 recap. I apologize. UCLA gets a shootout win against number 19 and no longer ranked Washington State, winning 67-62. That's a crazy
I actually
score.
watched that game, dude. It was insane.
TJ, fill us in, man. Tell us what you saw.
I would love to. So the quarterback, Doran Thompson-Robinson from UCLA, 25 for 38, which that's a good completion to incompletion ratio. 507 yards, 5 touchdowns, and only 1 interception.
Oh, Lord.
Yikes.
I mean, even with the quarterback from Washington State, of course, you know, with as many points as this, you figure it's going to be quarterback stats are going to be pretty good.
He was trying.
But 41 for 61, 570 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
That's got to be a record.
So, I mean, you're looking at 129 points total scored between both teams, 1,177 total passing yards, and 14 passing touchdowns.
Jeez.
But the best thing about it was UCLA actually came back from being 32 points down.
Wow.
And brought that game back in the second half.
Them California teams are scary.
129 total points? That's a lot,
that's
man.
crazy.
I don't know, yeah.
These are some crazy numbers, but we'll talk
Welcome
about
back to
something
college.
a little less crazy in the game that won the poll last week. Number 3 Georgia holds off number 7 and now number 10 Notre Dame to win 23-17. Ian Book, quarterback of Notre Dame, went 29 of 47, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And Jake from State Farm, a.k.a. Georgia.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's seen that.
I saw that.
Everybody saw that meme. We've been waiting on it. 20 of 26, 187 yards and a touchdown. Notre Dame takes an early lead, but it's held to only 7 points, which they did not score until 3 minutes, 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter, as Fromm throws his only touchdown late in the fourth to win.
That's a good time to throw your only touchdown, if I must say.
Yeah. Why don't you guys do a little discussion on some upsets and close calls for this week?
Oh, man.
Set it off, TJ. Set it off, bro.
USC beat number 10 at the time. Now they're ranked 19, but Utah 30-23.
I think I called that.
That actually put USC up in the polls now. They're ranked 22nd now.
Hey. Them California teams are dangerous.
Yeah, they
I'll
are.
say it once, I'll say it all the
they
time,
are.
every time.
How about Wisconsin and Michigan?
I think I called this one too.
think you
Number
did.
13, Wisconsin, currently ranked number 8, and beat number 11, Michigan, now ranked number 20. 35-14. I know that sentence was confusing, but you'll figure it out. Just listen to it like 4 times in a row.
Right?
I just had a feeling this was going to happen, though. I mean, Wisconsin was ranked below Michigan, but every time Michigan goes up against a team that's ranked even close to them, they haven't even been doing good against teams that aren't ranked.
Yeah,
you know?
and Michigan's just struggling. Harbaugh's team just does not look good right now.
Yeah, I don't know how they were ranked 11 in the first place.
Next game on our list here, Pittsburgh eking out one against number 16 UCF, now number 22, 35-34. Couldn't believe that. You also had SMU versus number 25, no longer ranked TCU, 41-38.
I've always thought TCU was kind of overrated anyway.
Yeah.
Usually. Colorado versus number 24, now not ranked, Arizona State, 34-31. Yet another lower ranked team getting knocked out of the top 25. And then we'll round it off with UCLA beating number 19, not ranked, no longer, like we just said, Washington State, 67-63. TJ, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the SMU game?
Yeah, man. It was a pretty good game, pretty close. SMU actually beat TCU 41-38. TCU was ranked 25, but now they're not even ranked at all. But quarterback Shane Buechele.
I was laughing before you even tried.
You knew it was coming. Buechele, however you say it. 23 out of 34, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Also had 9 carries for 30 yards, which, I mean, not the greatest, but still snuck a touchdown in there.
Hey, a little cherry on top.
Now, the running back from TCU, Darius Anderson, he actually did pretty good. 19 carries for 161 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 receptions for 32 yards.
Not bad.
So, but a fun little fact about that game is SMU actually snapped their 7-game losing streak against the American Athletics rival TCU. Also pushes them to 4-0, making them undefeated for the first time since 1984.
Taylor stat man France.
Yeah, man, I got you.
Hey, I like it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot TCU is in that conference. That's right. Oh.
So that's. I mean, when's the last time you heard about
The
it? Well,
more
I mean,
you
it was
know.
definitely before I was born.
Yeah.
But when's the last time you even heard anything about SMU at all?
Oh, it's been a long time.
I the only time I ever heard about SMU is like when
The 30 for 30.
well no the
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, yeah.
no NCAA football when they make you get the crappy teams at first and build your way up. You would always end up with like a SMU or something.
Yeah. All right. Key games of week 5 of college football. You've got the poll up on Twitter, and right now with 22 votes, you've got number 21 USC at number 17 Washington, leading 55%.
I like that one.
You've got Washington State at number 19 Utah at 26%. Number 18 University of Virginia at number 10 Notre Dame at 14%, and number 12 Penn State at Maryland, rounding it off at 5%. Which game do you think is going to deliver here, guys? I'm going to say USC and Washington. How could it
I like the USC Washington. I'd also like to see Virginia Notre Dame.
Yeah, same
Man,
here.
I'm actually rocking with that Pac-12 game at the bottom. Both teams 3-1.
Man, I even
Washington
like-
State against number
Hey,
19 Utah.
Utah could put some crazy numbers up. That'd be
I think
interesting
Washington
to see.
State might come through with the upset, man.
I even like the Penn State Maryland.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
they're
it's
all
a,
good
it's a
games.
couple good games, man.
There's so much to going on, dude.
So-
And like, think about it, none of them are SEC teams.
Nope, not this week.
I'm mad
so
about it.
Let's do some picks real quick. Penn State and Maryland.
Maryland. I'm
Yeah,
going out on a limb.
I'm thinking Maryland's going to pull that one out.
I think Penn State's going to hold on for that one.
Yeah. I'm always so just unimpressed by Penn State teams for some reason.
Yeah, I know. Same here.
They play
But-
kind of boring football, in my opinion, but... Whoa, buddy.
Yikes.
I don't know what
Technical
happened.
difficulties. Number 18 and number 18 Virginia at number 10 Notre Dame.
I'm going with Virginia on this one.
I think Notre Dame bounces back. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I think so too. Number 21 USC at number 17
I'm
Washington.
going USC.
Washington.
I'm going USC. I'm sticking with the Cali boys.
I'm going to say Washington holds on to this. Washington State at number 19 Utah. I think Utah gets the win here.
I'm going to go Washington State on this one. Keeping it with Washington.
Utah
this
just
week.
lost last week, too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Washington State.
If Washington State can put up the numbers they did last week,
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I could see them winning, but otherwise, I don't see them winning. So that's it for college football and football in general. We're going to wrap that up and hear an advertisement from our sponsors at Rise Up Podcast Community, and we will see you when we get back with some UFC news.
I'm Ty Yeager, and I want to introduce you to the Rise Up Podcast Community, a community for podcasters created by podcasters, dedicated to the promotion and growth of podcasts everywhere. Rise Up is not a network. There are no contracts and no control over your content. Just a vessel for you to spread the word of your work and connect with fellow podcasters to collaborate, create, and promote. And guess what? It doesn't cost you a single cent to join the community. Join the Rise Up Podcast community today by visiting our website at bit.ly/riseuppodcommunity and follow the community on Twitter at RUPodCommunity. Again, that's bit.ly/riseuppodcommunity and at RUPodCommunity on Twitter. Come and join the community of podcasts and rise up with us. Rise Up Podcast Community.
All right, thanks again to Rise Up Podcast Community. And now it's time for some UFC talk with TJ and Mike.
What up, bro?
What up, bro? Man, you ready for this? Some old UFC Fight Night.
I'm all ready, bro. Let's
right.
do it.
Man, Steven Peterson, bro.
Yeah.
Steven Peterson. and he was getting whooped.
Can I say first that I just did not see this coming? The whole fight.
Wasn't you saying you was making fun of his tattoos?
I was. He has like a double Superman. Well, the back one isn't really a Superman, but it's shaped like the Superman symbol. It was like with flames. It was
flaming.
It was bad. It's a bad tattoo.
He flamed with that spinning back fist, though.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
He countered a spinning back fist with a spinning back fist. That's crazy.
And he was losing that fight, too.
Yeah,
dude.
but he hit him right on the button. And I rewatched that fight, and he was actually just being really patient the whole time. I guess Bravo's punches just weren't that strong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something was getting to him,
He was
that's
just,
for sure.
yeah, some of them were getting to him, but he was kind of just walking through them and biding his time the whole time is what it looked like to me. And I guess it worked out for him in the end.
Yeah.
Man, those couple
ridiculous.
punches afterwards, we just kind of pounced on top of him. Boom,
Yeah,
boom.
that's, man.
I love watching fights with people that don't really watch fights a lot because they will always mention, like, are they allowed to do that? I'm like, yep,
Yeah,
ref didn't stop him.
You didn't see what Masvidal did to Ben Askren?
Yeah, I always show him that now.
I know.
It's hilarious.
Dude, I just watched like a video about that earlier.
Oh my God, I loved it.
But anyways, man, we got Carla Esparza.
Oh,
Man, she won by majority decision
that was crazy.
over Alexa Grasso.
That was such a good fight.
And what was crazy, man, I picked Carla to win this fight. I had her winning by submission in the third round. She actually almost got submitted with an arm bar.
Yeah.
And, dude, it was bad. I
It
thought
was
she was
really
about
bad.
to lose that fight. 'Cause
Like
she
hyperextended her elbow.
She's one flexible lady, that's for sure.
I know that arm's sore today.
Oh, gotcha.
Best believe.
Probably going to be for the next couple of days,
Oh,
next
yeah.
couple of weeks.
Those tendons stretch. Ooh.
Oh, my God.
That's not fun.
But big, I'm not going to say upset, but an upsetting moment.
Oh,
Yara
yeah.
Rodriguez and Jeremy Stevens got stopped 10 seconds into the fight due to an accidental eye poke that Jeremy Stevens received.
It's always bad when that happens, man.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like you can tell sometimes like it's just like oh, okay, like hold on, give me a second, let me brush it off. But I mean, this dude's eye was just spazzing.
Yep.
Constantly.
It was bad.
Nonstop. So I mean, you can
And we
tell.
saw this in the last fights too. I mean, somebody just couldn't keep going.
It's just,
Who
I
was
mean,
that?
you can't.
I can't remember.
In the last one,
Yeah.
the last eye poke, that was what, last week?
Yeah, it was last week. We were talking about it, but I can't think of the guy.
Ah, man, it's like right on the tip of my tongue.
This happens a lot.
Yeah. But anyways, man, so
They rebooked the fight actually.
Yeah, they actually. I just saw that today. They rebooked the fight for Fight Night in October, on October 18th.
I wish it was that October 5th. That would have been awesome.
October 5th fight. I'm taking Whitaker already.
You know I'm rolling without a sign yet.
Yeah.
I love my
whatever.
style vendor. I mean, I was a huge fan of Avatar, so when he came out with that nickname, I was just like, ooh.
That's dope, dude.
That's my guy. I'm riding with this guy.
Like, I'm a huge Anderson Silva fan. I still even picked Adesanya
Man.
over Anderson Silva, but Whitaker,
I picked
man,
Silva in that fight for some reason. I just couldn't
I think
I'm not
Whitaker's
used to
about
seeing.
come out bashing, dude.
Yeah, Whitaker's about to be good. Whitaker, he's coming for blood, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
And Adesanya, he's coming off that fight where he was like limping out of the cage.
That's
it was
what
a
I'm
war.
saying, like, dude. Oh, who was it that he fought?
Gastelum.
Gastelum. That's
Yeah,
right.
and Gastelum's fighting soon.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you was fighting Gastelum, and I'm like I said last week, I'll say it again. Like, bro, you're fighting Whitaker.
Yeah,
You already seen
I
what Whitaker
know.
did to Gastelum before. So.
But we've seen Stylebender get better every single fight.
Yeah, you're right. But
So we'll see what happens.
I hope for the best. But next up on UFC, got a fight night next week. What's the date coming up?
Oh,
24. So it's got to be 28th, maybe?
I
28th
guess.
or 29th.
y'all figure it out.
But it's rude. But got Jack Hermanson.
Hermanson?
That's what it said. 24 is taking Jared Cannonier. He's 12. I'm sorry, Hermanson.
Oh my gosh.
Is 20-4, and Jared is 12-4.
Who
So
you got in that one?
man, I'm going with the guy. I can't say his last name just because I know who he
Kenyon
is.
Year.
No, Hermanson.
Okay. I'll go head up on you with that one. I'm taking Jared.
Okay.
Taking Kenyon Year.
Okay.
Or whatever his name is.
You got another fight. Mark Madsen. He's 8-0
Oh, boy.
against Danilo Belrudo?
Belorado.
Naruto? He's 12-4 too. So I'm gonna go with the undefeated guy just because.
Yeah.
Why not?
You think he's gonna keep rising up through the ranks?
Keep it going.
I'm gonna go Danilo then.
You go Danilo.
We'll see what happens, man.
Here's a name I hadn't heard in a while.
I'm going for 2 12-4 guys back to back. We'll see.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. Here's another guy, man. We haven't heard in a while. Gunnar Nelson.
Ooh.
He's got to fight. I
Hey,
can say that
bud.
name because I know that name.
Yeah, Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
16-3.
I gotta go Gunnar, man.
I would like
I've
to
always
see Gunnar
been
get a
a pretty
win.
good fan of Gunnar Nelson. So
We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. That's my favorite line, I guess.
yeah,
I'll just keep saying that. We'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, say this name.
Here we go. Ion. I know that's Ion. I
Yeah.
think if I learned in science class right. Kilaba. Kilaba. That's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Cutalaba?
Cutalaba. You know it's gotta be something like that.
Yep.
But anyways, he's 14-4. Khalil Roundtree. It's another
That's my
name I
boy.
haven't heard in a while either.
That's my boy. I like that guy.
9-3. I gotta go with Roundtree.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I like what I've seen from this guy in the past few fights.
All right, Mike. Go on. What you gonna say this next name?
Michael Oleksiejczuk. I think Oleksiejczuk.
I'm not even gonna try.
14-2 versus OSP.
Man,
23-13.
I gotta go with Michael, dude.
You're going with Michael over
I'm
OSP?
going Michelle. I think
Okay.
Michelle's gonna get it.
Those dudes are dangerous. Like, if they got a crazy last name like that, then they're usually
90% of the time they're crazy.
yeah. They probably just grew up in some city that's just not good to them, and all they have is this UFC.
That's like-
so
Isn't that the guy that was in Rocky?
I'm gonna go as OSP.
Wow. This ain't GSP.
No, I'm going OSP because we saw him. Well, I saw him when UFC came to Nashville a couple years back.
Yeah, I would have saw it.
Yeah, except for you got kicked out.
But
All
anyways.
right, moving on.
Got Nicholas Dalby, 17-3-1 against Alex Oliveira.
What you got, man?
Man, I gotta go with my boy Alex on this one.
This is kind of the fight card of like the up and comers. I feel like, and then there's like Gunnar Nelson and
Yeah, you
OSP.
got the older names in there. I mean, hell, even Alex.
And then Khalil
Oliveira's,
Roundtree.
Yeah.
Alex Oliveira, yeah, he's been here for a while.
So.
Who you going with? The vet or the guy you've never heard
I'm
of?
going with the vet. Oh, Nicholas Dalby?
Yeah, I've never heard of Dalby.
No, I know who Dalby is.
Okay,
but
okay.
No, I'm going with Alex. Yeah,
I'll go with
on
Alex
this one.
too because I've heard of him, and that's the only reason. And I hate that like the UFC is just getting so big with all the like all the Ultimate Fighters that are like
Yeah.
popping up all around the world. You'll see like the last fight nights they're like, oh, he won the Ultimate Fighter Brazil or something like that. And I was
you
like,
should
what
see
the heck?
all the guys in Bellator now, man.
Oh yeah, they're popping up everywhere, and there's just like so many really good fighters in the UFC cards now, and it's hard to keep up with everybody. So that's why I like to just watch it every week,
That's
man.
like
It's
your
fun.
boy from Ultimate Fighter. What's his name? Let me bang, bro.
No, no, stop.
He's got a fight coming up too, though.
Really?
In Bellator, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, I hope he gets knocked out. I can't stand
We'll
it.
see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
gonna
Moving on.
Man, former WWE heavyweight champ Jack Swagger Hager.
Ooh.
He's in the UFC, bro.
And he's undefeated so
He's
far.
2-0.
Not bad.
It's not bad. He's got another fight coming up. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not in UFC. He's in Bellator.
Bellator.
He's in Bellator.
Just like we were just talking about that.
Yeah, but
it would have been
he's
a
got
clean transition,
Yeah,
and we just ruined it. It's
I
fine.
know. It's all right. But he's got a fight coming up against Anthony Garrett. He's 4-2, so it's not bad. Not bad.
I think I got to go for the guy with more experience. He's got like 6 fights under his belt.
I'm going Swagger all day, boy.
Jack
What's-
Swagger
yeah, I'm
Hager,
going
man.
Jack Swagger Hager, dog.
All
Straight
right,
up,
man.
Straight up.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know you see that name.
Yeah.
I sent this right off the bat.
I love this.
Brian Ortega finally making a comeback, man.
Man, and he got tore up in that last fight.
Oh yeah, you did.
Man.
And I called that. And who was it? Josh? Oh no, man, Ortega. All day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Boy, the guy's
He didn't respond to you after that one either.
stand and bang all day,
Oh
dude.
my gosh, dude.
But,
And I think he suffered a few injuries after that fight too. That's why he's
his
been gone
eye.
so long.
Yeah, he messed his eye up.
So I heard something about his forearms too for some reason.
I know who he's fighting now.
Yeah, the Korean Zombie.
Yeah, boy, that's my guy. Gotta go with the Zombie on this one.
I like Korean Zombie.
Put him in a twister.
I'm thinking, is Brian Ortega fighting at what weight class is he fighting at now? Because I feel like he was cutting a lot of weight before.
I think he's still fighting in the same weight class.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I like Korean Zombie, but I want to see a comeback story, so I'm going Brian Ortega, man.
I don't want to see one not with Ortega.
Yeah.
Not saying okay, let me rephrase that. I don't not want to see a comeback story with Ortega, but not against the Korean Zombie.
Yeah, I like the Korean Zombie.
That's my guy.
I just feel like he kind of drops the ball sometimes, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But speaking of Max Holloway.
Oh, that's my boy.
Just got announced the fight.
Yeah.
Coming
this
up,
is a
man.
good one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a nice card. And this ain't even the main. They don't even have a main event yet. And but we'll get to that. 245 though. UFC 245. Max Holloway is gonna. I'll let you say this name because you know how to say it.
Alexander Volkanovski, 20-1.
20-1, dude. You know who I'm going though.
You're going Volkan?
Yeah, right, dude. Come on, bro. Come on.
Hey, I'm going Max Holloway,
I'm
baby.
taking Max all day.
Yeah,
every
you
day.
already know that.
But another good fight. I've been waiting for this. Amanda Nunes.
Oh, she's
defending
back.
that title.
And you know who I'm going with.
Amanda Nunes.
I don't bet against that girl after the Cyborg fight. No, sir.
Dude, I mean, and like what's crazy, she's actually got a title fight against. Man, I'm gonna mess this name up, but
do it so hard, dude.
Jermaine de Rendami. Something like that.
I love it.
It's something like that.
I think you did. I think you nailed it.
Man,
that's all it takes. You got to do the accent.
But she's only 9-3, dude. Like that's there must not be a lot going on in that weight class. Not since since Cyborg left. Really,
there must be not a lot of people that want to fight Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, and she just took out Holly Holm. So
yeah, with a head kick.
With your own move.
With a head kick.
Your own move.
Holly Holm. That's too much for me.
But there was, when I put these notes, and I will say this, when I did put these notes, I was under the impression that Stipe wanted, because there's 3 cars that could possibly be the main event. First one I seen was Stipe and DC 3. But Steve announced today earlier, Stipe's not planning on fighting for the end by the end of the year. No more this year.
Something to do with his eye.
Yeah,
he was having surgery or something on it. And Cormier even said that he doesn't want another. He only wants one more fight.
That's gonna be Stipe.
He wants the 3rd one
because he's scared of Jones. But anyway,
yeah, we all know that.
Anyways, we'll get to that too.
You can talk all you want.
Another one which I really wouldn't see this one being in there maybe, but Usman against Covington.
Yeah, the whole dispute with Colby Covington is he wants to get paid like he's the champ. Because but he's interim champ.
I don't care. You're not the champ, bro.
I mean,
interim champ ain't the champ.
It's kind of the champ.
It's not the champ.
It's kind of champ.
That's like being in freaking running track and like running in field day, and they're like, "Oh, here, first place gets this cool little trophy," and they're like, "Oh, here's your participation ribbon."
1A.
No, man. This one out.
Well, he just wants to get paid like he at least got the interim title, like give him a pay bump at least. Like this is a big fight, So I kind of understand where he's coming from in that aspect, but we all want to see this Kamaru Usman Colby Covington fight because we know.
I mean, I know what's going to happen. That's why I don't even want to see
the hell out of this guy.
I want to see like Covington go up against like Ben Askren.
I'd love to see.
Watch Ben Askren win that fight.
I'd just love to see Usman do what he did to win the title on Colby Covington.
He's in Tyron Woodley.
Just Muay Thai the out of him.
Yeah, dude. Man.
I would love it. Just because everybody hates Colby. Colby. I mean, I'm sorry. Everybody does.
It's just like, dude.
He makes it very easy for you to hate him.
Like, and I'll say it again. I've said it many a times. I love MMA, and I completely understand that it is wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing.
Oh, yeah.
It don't matter.
You got to be
But,
well-rounded.
Dude, like, bro, all you do is wrestle because you know you have no stand-up game.
Oh, no.
And when you actually do stand up with somebody, it's like with nobody.
Or if, like, what happens when you go against somebody that's so good off their back that it doesn't matter if you're good at wrestling?
Yeah, let's see you go up against freaking Khabib.
Yeah.
Let me see you wrestling against Khabib. And then if you win, I'll be impressed. Or even just like watching how you handle that, I would be impressed.
I would love to see your eyes get all wide like Poirier.
Yeah.
I can't keep him off me. I can't keep him off me.
I wish he just would have fought Tyrone Woodley and just got it over with.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's, yeah. But anyways.
He's a Dodger.
Another possible fight that could be for the main card could be a John Jones debut for heavyweight.
Oh, boy.
Bringing on Rumble Johnson.
I think John Jones would be more comfortable at heavyweight, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, he trains at that's about that weight anyway.
He trains with heavyweights.
Yeah,
He, like,
so
rolls with them and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Why not, dude?
I mean, because he has such an advantage over everybody in, like,
You
heavyweight.
have an advantage in heavyweight, bro. Like,
He
your
does.
reach would still be at least, like, a minimum of 7 inches longer than everybody else.
Imagine the power if you're not having to cut weight that much, too.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
He's going to be at full strength, spinning around, kicking people in the head and stuff. Woo, you don't see that a lot in heavyweight. You just see a lot of sluggers.
So if
And then there's, like, Mirko Krokop.
yeah, dude. Man, I used to like McCrow Croc until he got knocked out like Holly Holm did with his own kick.
Yep.
It's like, wow. All right.
All right.
But man,
Moving on.
if Jones does get that main event, who you want to see him fight? Can't be Derek Lewis no more because he's already in the card.
Yeah. Heavyweight wise, I mean,
can't be DC. Can't be.
ooh, you gotta give him Stipe. Give him the super fight.
Well, Stipe's not fighting this year.
Yeah, not
it's gotta
this
be
year.
Somebody this year.
Somebody this year.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody this year. As of right now, Curtis Blades just had a fight a week or two ago, so I wouldn't see it.
He
being
wouldn't
him.
fight in a couple months. No.
Derek Lewis has got a fight coming up next month.
No.
Bring on Junior back.
Oh, dude, Junior Dos Santos was on a tear before he lost that last one.
Yeah, he was.
Like, that would be a good fight. I would honestly like to see that because it would be kind of a tune-up fight for Jones at that weight. You
I
know?
really want to see him fight Rumble Johnson because he's fought Rumble Johnson before at light heavyweight.
I like that a lot.
And, I mean,
if Rumble Johnson wants to come back, then
that's what
why
I'm saying,
not?
dude. That's what I'm saying. John Jones' debut as a heavyweight.
John Jones never been at heavyweight before.
First fight back, as a heavyweight.
Rumble Johnson's shaking off the rust. Like, that would be a perfect fight.
Yeah, but the only other thing, man, I've got one more little thing on UFC. Kind of broke my heart, man.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Rashad Evans fan. That's what got me into a lot of things. Was
Dude,
Rashad
I loved
Evans
watching Rashad and Rampage go at it.
UFC parted ways with him at 39 years old, but he plans to make a comeback. And for your sake, dude, please, as a fan, as a die-hard fan, don't do it, man.
Don't do it. We saw what happened to Chuck.
Dude, right? Well, hold on, bro. First off, I think Chuck's like 20 years older.
Hey, it don't matter. We saw what
Chuck's
happened to
like 80-something.
But when you get like up there in age, like 35 plus, you can't be taking hits to the head all day, every day.
And I mean, I remember the last time I actually watched his fight was when he got demolished by John Jones.
Yeah. Just destroyed by John Jones.
Horrible.
He looked shocked. That was a bad fight.
But no, that's all I got this week, man. And of course, just like always, got to give a shout out to the fight community, Ian and Jay. Thanks for all the updates, man, and thanks for everything you guys do to help us out and all the participation you got with the Champs versus Chumps.
We love you.
We freaking love you, man. You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah, I really appreciate it though, you guys. Like any listens we can get, we greatly appreciate them, and y'all have been helping us a lot. So. Shouts to y'all. Y'all just keep doing your thing and let us do our thing.
That's about all I got.
All right, now we got some Champs versus Chumps. Let's get it.
All right, time for some Champs versus Chumps. We're going to lead off with TJ on some Champs. Who's your first one, TJ?
Man, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to what I said last week, and LSU for still remaining 100% in the red zone.
Sheesh.
It was against Vanderbilt. You know,
Hey, that's okay.
Not
Vandy's
nothing, but it was a
decent
team.
SEC
That's
team.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's the SEC
They're not
team.
Tennessee.
So, exactly. Well, this year, I would probably go Vandy over Tennessee.
Exactly.
Well, it's still an impressive stat.
Yeah.
No matter which way you look at it. To go first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. One of those games being Texas at a
Exactly.
peak time for them, too. So
That's crazy.
That was a great game.
Yeah. Why don't you hit us with our first chump too?
I'm going to just go ahead and get this out there. You won't hear this much, but I'm throwing the Eagles under the bus this week. Man, y'all got to get y'all stuff together. This receiving core we got is just not doing it. I mean, 7 drop passes, and almost all of them uncontested. I'm sorry. And one of those from Dallas Goddard, wide open. I mean, just right in his hands, and he missed it for the touchdown.
Classic Eagles.
Yeah,
This is just not a good deal, guys. Y'all, and you got to get it together.
painful to watch.
It hurts in the heart.
I told TJ my theory earlier.
What's that?
My theory is Carson Wentz has clammy hands.
Oh, whatever.
And he's just sweating up that ball, letting it loose, and then they can't catch it.
That sounds like some Cowboys hate if I ever heard of it.
Hey, man,
But it's okay. I'll take
it's a thing. I got clammy hands, so I know from
you.
perspective.
All right, I'll lead off with another champ. Tom Brady for calling out the refs of the NFL on Twitter during the Thursday night game of Jacksonville and Tennessee. He even turned the game off because he was so sick of the penalties. I mean, he's not wrong.
Coming from a potential Hall of Famer, a
coming from
definite
Tom Brady.
Hall of Famer, a possible GOAT.
Tom Brady calling out refs? Is that really a thing?
I would have never thought the Golden Boy would be calling people out.
Man, right? That's what I'm saying. I mean, how much money did you pay them to deflate that ball? I mean,
hey,
That's been going on forever. But hey, I mean, if there's one person they're going to listen to about something like this, maybe it's him.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
We did see a little decline in the holding penalties over the weekend after that.
Yeah.
So
TJ, why don't you hit us with another chump?
Let's see. I'm going to give, the refs out of the Eagles game. Eagles and Lions again.
loving them Eagles.
Well, I mean, it's not even
He's
that.
got his
but
jersey
it's,
on.
it's
Y'all can't
not-
see this.
Yeah, I've got my big jersey on. We play tomorrow, but anyways, it's not even just really that I'm gonna give it to the Eagles or the Lions or that game. It's really just the refs in general. There was a clear face mask. He went to go tackle Miles Sanders,
Oh, he ripped the dude's helmet
and he
clear
ripped
off.
it completely off. He started from the front, turned his helmet all the way to the back,
He looked like an owl.
and then ripped it off. Yeah, and there was no flag.
Nope.
It was
Not
bad.
one flag. Like, these refs got to get it together before they really get somebody hurt.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
You gotta pay attention to the ball carrier. Of all people. I mean,
That's wild.
Hey, Mike, why don't you hit us with a champ there?
a champion. My boy Jordan Lewis. He roasted him, a Miami defensive tackle. Gachow? I think that's how you say his name.
Oh, I think so.
They were going back and forth on Twitter. Gachow, he retweeted something that was like, he said something along the lines of, if they're the best O-line in the league, then what am I? And it was a video of him, tackling Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. And then Jordan Lewis snaps back with the best, one of the best, just short quotes that he could have came back with, and it was clever. He said 0-3. That's what he got. I loved that. I loved it so much.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twitter's the best.
People be going off on Twitter, and I love it.
Well, speaking of Twitter, TJ, hit us with another chump
Oh,
right at the top of the
dude.
list.
This is this is by far my favorite chump of the week. RT on Twitter was posting a tweet saying transgender athletes are destroying, capitalize the whole word destroying, women's sports. But the kicker was they posted a picture of Amanda Nunez to show this article.
no.
Dude, that's a bad idea.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
You messed that one up pretty bad.
Jeez. Well, on a little lighter note, how about another champ there, Mike?
2 for 2 right now. Nelson Aguilar, actually, hate to put an Eagle as one of my champs, but, You know,
Can't pick with your heart, man.
Nope. Nelson Aguilar for inviting the firefighter fan that actually made fun of him for the loss after the loss to the Lions. Basically saying no hard feelings, like you can come out to the next game, I'll pay for your friends and family. You know?
He was a good sport about it.
I mean, that's pretty cool because it was a pretty hilarious little video of the dude.
That was bad.
What was he saying? He was catching kids out of the windows.
He was
or
like
something?
comparing it to Nelson. He's just like, I'm out here catching kids out the window and I ain't dropping them like Nelson Aguilar. Like, dude, really?
That was great.
Yo, get off my boy.
I love him for being a good sport about it, though. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Mike, hit us with a chump, too. You got one?
I think I got one, yeah. The Dolphins for being so non-threatening that Dak Prescott was literally so relaxed in the pocket, in the huddle, rather, that he just started talking about Wendy's spicy nuggets being back, which I thought was hilarious.
They should definitely make that a commercial.
Oh, for sure.
Advertise the nuggets.
He's getting him some endorsement money already.
That's
I think
crazy.
he was just trying to shoot for a little more.
He knew he was mic'd up.
He's like, if I ain't getting paid this year, I already got Campbell's. Like, what's up with that
Just add
Wendy's
to the list.
money?
Jeez.
You know?
Well, anyways, I've got a champ, and that's my boy Daniel Jones. I've been touting him since day one. Led the Giants against my Bucks to their first win without Saquon, actually, after a high ankle sprain, as we mentioned earlier.
Did he go down early in the game, or was it?
It wasn't too late, but it wasn't like super early.
Enough
It
to where
was enough to
definitely
affect the
significant.
game.
Oh yeah, it was a significant amount.
But
sure.
hey, he stood in there and he handled it well. So,
yeah. He came back like the last I saw, the Bucks were up so much that I was like, oh, it's over.
Yep.
And I picked the Giants, so I was hating on myself for even picking them, and then I look at ESPN later and they'd won the game. I was like, wow, okay.
Yep. TJ, why don't you hit us with our final chump and we'll head into our fans, champs versus chumps.
Our last chump is going to be Illinois' entire offensive line. If you haven't seen this video yet, you got to check it out. But the entire line, I don't know if the quarterback made the line mad or what, but there's a play where they literally did not come out of the three-point stance, and they let every defender run by them and completely demolished the quarterback.
Yeah, you just showed me that a minute ago. I couldn't believe that. And that quarterback got killed.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was painful to watch.
Pulled a Remember the Titans on him.
It's exactly what happened.
Worse than that, and remember the Titans, they at least stood up and then moved out of the way. These guys literally never got up.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Do you think
it's
they
bad.
might have been like, they might have heard a whistle or something, or thought they did?
I don't know.
They
It
didn't
was
have a
really
problem snapping
confusing.
the ball.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. And even he didn't really move either.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's it for our champs versus chumps. We'll hit some listeners' champs versus chumps. TJ, why don't you hit us with that first one?
Go with Elwood out of Montana in the fight community. He's going to give Yar Rodriguez the chump of the week for throwing a fit insinuating this Jeremy Stevens was faking the eye poke. If you would have seen the fight, his eye was just spazzing out even after the full 5-minute stoppage of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it was horrible.
It was bad.
It was bad. Like, you can't just...
So he definitely got hit in the eye. I didn't see this.
Yeah, it
okay.
was. You thought it was Captain Insano from Waterboy.
He couldn't barely even open the eye.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was bad.
Mike, why don't you hit us with our second fans champs versus chumps?
Ross out of Ireland in the fight community gives Tyson Fury his champ of the week for soldiering on with what appeared to be a cut that resembled a stab wound in his head from the third round to win. His chump is Yair Rodriguez for acting like a jerk after he ruined the main event in Mexico. I like both of these picks because I love me some Tyson Fury now. That Gypsy King he's a hell of a boxer, boy.
I'm a Deontay Wilder guy.
Yeah. Well,
They
we'll
still
see
should've
what
stopped that
happens.
fight.
He got up.
Yeah.
Did he get up or did he not get up?
Whatever.
He got up.
Yep.
And I'll close it off with Josiah out of the fight community gives Mexico City MMA fans the chump of the week for throwing stuff into the cage after the no contest doctor stoppage was pretty classless.
Oh, I saw this. That was horrible.
Yeah, I just saw a quick highlight of this. That's never good. The only place that's ever good is professional wrestling. Sometimes.
Every now and then you're gonna get maybe one or two, but this was ridiculous. Like the dude had to be covered by his security guards and stuff on the way out.
Yeah,
That's
never
dumb.
good.
Come on, guys.
No, yeah, that's not okay. But anyways, that's it for Champs vs. Chumps this week. We appreciate you guys listening to No Timeouts Left, episode 26. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at No Timeouts Left 1. You can follow me on Twitter at Coach Klein 90. You can follow Mike where?
On Twitter and Instagram at MICFILLUBS.
And TJ.
I actually remembered to talk.
You had to look it up to see your phone.
I did. It's in my head.
It's okay. Just getting
TJ
it down.
Franz 615.
There you go. Don't forget to hit us up with your Champs vs. Chumps every week. Hit that subscribe button on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, or SoundCloud. Give us some love, retweet us, share us, and
tell us how we did.
We love to hear some feedback. We love fan participation. We love interaction in general. So
we can always do better. We want to do better for
you.
Always striving to make the show better for you guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.